The future of Italian artillery may have just been unveiled, the VBM 155. Anyone who follows the defense sector knows that these days many are focusing on the new Italian MBT, which appeared at Eurosatory, the defense exhibition, which is where a lot of news is coming from. About the Italian MBT, the new Italian tank, don't worry, we'll get back to it soon. But a vehicle that I find very interesting is the one that CIO, the historic Iveco-Oto Consortium, has so far only presented as a model, again at Eurosatory. While I'm recording, the only site that's talking about it in detail is EDR Magazine, which I'll use as my primary source. But it must be said that for several months now, we have been expecting a similar vehicle from the Italian defense industry. A vehicle that meets market demand. Wheeled self-propelled howitzers, like the German RCH 155, which, to put it simply, is nothing more than a boxer vehicle with a 155 turret. Italy is moving in that direction, using the VBM NG as a base, combining it with Leonardo's Heatfire 155 turret, creating a hybrid vehicle born from the two Italian companies. Though I should remind you that Leonardo recently acquired DV. The more attentive among you will also remember the signing of a previous agreement, but I'll reveal that to you at the end of the video. It goes without saying that all the images I'm showing you today are images created with artificial intelligence, but they should partly correspond to the final result. And you'll notice that the vehicle, unlike the VBM NG, has 10 wheels instead of 8, which matches some rumors that have already emerged in recent months. Are these changes necessary to improve the mobility of this beast, which should weigh about 40 tons? The vehicle, with an autoloader, will have a crew of just 2 people. According to what Paolo Valpolini wrote, it should be able to reach 10 rounds per minute and will not need to deploy stabilizers to fire, increasing the chances of survival in crisis areas. As I often say, an artillery vehicle can be subject to counter-battery fire. You may have also noticed the presence of a turret on top of the main turret, which should be the hit roll essential for anti-drone tasks and defense in general. Although the vehicle should eventually be called to operate far from the front line, it is now necessary to consider the possibility of encountering FPV drones with fiber optic cables, which therefore guarantee longer ranges, an ability to operate at greater distances, or loitering drones, tasked with striking logistics and vehicles, such as self-propelled guns, during what hopefully will remain only hypothetical crises, wars, and future conflicts. The source gives us a precise timeline. The first shot can be fired 10 seconds after the vehicle stops, while another 10 seconds are needed after firing to resume movement. And it's reasonable to think that in the future, on this vehicle, we'll have the possibility to use Vulcano family ammunition of the same caliber, which can increase the range and even make the ammunition guided. According to what we learned from the EDR Magazine website, we could already see the first prototype by the end of 2026, so all in relatively quick times. But before I go, I'll reveal what I mentioned at the start of the video. That is, you will remember that a few months ago we discussed the fact that Leonardo had moved forward with KNDS, a letter of intent to provide the Italian army with a new vehicle, specifically a wheeled howitzer, which was supposed to combine their respective expertise to bring that evolution in artillery to the Italian army. So the legitimate question to ask is, if the vehicle, the 155 VBM, will be a vehicle that goes in a different direction, maybe aimed at the Italian market. Sure, but with an inclination towards the foreign market. And otherwise, what will happen to that agreement, that letter of intent, actually between the Italian company and the German conglomerate? I don't know, let me know what you think. I'll conclude by inviting you to check out the article on EDR Magazine, where there are some technical details that would have been difficult for me to condense into just a few minutes. And now it's your turn, let me know what you think, leave a like, share this video on your social media. That algorithm helps us a lot, and of course see you soon here on News in Guest Italia with new updates. There are really a lot this week. Bye!